Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the spirit to do this lesson. And I've been kind of out of the loop for a couple of days. Had some things done or whatever. Just trying to get right. But nevertheless, there's a lot of things happening on the earth, man. And the Lord is showing his hand. The Lord is showing his vengeance. And the Lord is lifting up a spirit of vengeance, a spirit of judgment in the earth. And it's going to continue to increase, right? And flood the earth. So you still have these ice raids still going on in LA and numerous other states in America, Babylon the Great. And people are tired, man. You're seeing countless videos of people just lashing out and being very vocal with the bullshit that's going on with this whole Trump administration and what he's presenting and what he's pushing out, pretty much giving ICE the green light to use any means necessary to protect themselves and get the job done. And if you hear any difference in my speech, still dealing with the dentist. I had to visit the dentist or whatever, so I'm still dealing with that. So Salakia. And but yeah, this thing is peaking. And like I've said in past videos, this thing is going to turn into bloodshed. This thing is going to turn into bloodshed, man. People are going to go from, a peaceful protest and being able to go home to, being laid out on the street, brought back to the spirit world. That's the direction that we're headed in, man. So let me get something real quick. Oh, Salakia. So it's coming, man. It's definitely coming. Because people are tired, man. Like what I just read, Proverbs 12 and 2. Let me see something real quick. Salakia. One second. Salakia. One second. Okay. This is going to be another clip from what you see on the screen, right? So I'm gonna just put this up there real quick, and then we shoot back here. So yeah, so as you see, it says reward of 50,000 for man. Authorities say fired a gun at 8 agents during raid. Now this could very well be a psyop. It couldn't have been no bullets in the gun or whatever, but just the fact that someone shot a gun at ICE agents is going to give them free reign to do the same to you civilians, man. Chiefly you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, man, because you're gonna be the ones that end up on the you know the 6, 7, 8 o'clock news, man. You're gonna wind up with the short end of the stick. So let's read that again. This is Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. And nobody's rejoicing right now. Everybody's hella mad, angry, looking for revenge, right? So it says, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. There's a lot of mourning going on. There's a lot of anger, right? It'll start off with mourning and sadness and crying, and then it'll turn to anger, man. And then you wanting to do something. So that's pretty much the direction that things are headed to, right? So I'm gonna play it. Let me get one more. This is Isaiah chapter 19. You know where I'm going. Those that know. Isaiah 19:2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight, everyone against his brother, man. So that's these Edomites. They're going to be going to war with each other. You're going to have Israelites going to war with Israelites. There's going to be war amongst all people, against all people, man. Right? Because people are highly angered right now, man. It says, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom, man. So it's coming down from other countries, fighting against one another, armies, leadership, down to regular everyday civilians fighting one another, right? But this ICE thing, is a catalyst for many things to come. And now you got somebody being seen shooting a gun. A lot could come after this, man. Because what I got in the what I just pulled up was after this, Trump gave ICE the green light to by any means necessary do your job. So if they got to put a nigga to death, do that, man. You got the green light. Which they had the green light. But as long as people weren't firing guns and, people were just up with signs and throwing rocks. You see videos of people throwing rocks and stuff like that. You're going to really, come out to put somebody to death for throwing a rock? No, it has to be it has to be taken to another level. And a gun is another level, man. People don't wake up after being hit with a gun, man. Shot. So, man, this thing gonna get bloody real soon. And we've been telling you, man. So let's play it. Yabba Shem Al Shah willing to let me on the fire. Shalom.
FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for a suspect after an ICE raid turned violent. The reward is for this man, who they say fired at federal agents during an immigration raid on a California farm. This comes after shooting incidents at 2 DHS facilities in Texas in recent days. Here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky.
Tonight, the FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for the capture of this man, who authorities say is seen on video firing a gun at federal law enforcement agents during the chaotic immigration raid on a cannabis farm northwest of Los Angeles. ICE agents clashed with protesters and deployed tear gas and smoke canisters. Today, relatives of some of the workers rushed to the gates of the farm to tell those still hiding inside it was safe to come out. This man ushered into a car. Authorities say they arrested about 200 undocumented immigrants at 2 cannabis farms and found 10 minors. Agents posed with them for this photo. 4 protesters are now facing charges, and the search for the man in the video follows a string of violent incidents targeting those carrying out the administration's mass deportation agenda. Tonight, the FBI is issuing a $25,000 reward for this man, who it believes was part of an alleged July 4th plot to ambush correction officers at an ICE detention facility in Texas. 11 others have also been charged. Officials at the detention center say they were lured outside by fireworks aimed at the building and then faced gunfire. 1 local officer was wounded.
An assailant who was positioned in the woods shot him in the neck area.
This custom.
So, hey, man, people are they finna take matters into their own hands, man, because they feel like they're being stripped of their livelihoods. They're being stripped of, their American rights, their Babylonian rights, and people gonna turn to drastic measures. What did it say? Drastic times call for drastic measures, something like that. Right? So, hey, everything is on the table. Everything is on the table, man. So you can expect more of this to take place. Here it is. They lured them out with fireworks, and then when they came out, they met them with those them things, man, them slugs. So yeah, man, it's gonna get real bloody out here.
Customs and Border Protection office in McAllen, Texas, also came under fire. A gunman was fatally shot by authorities after he pockmarked the building with dozens of rounds.
So hey, man, and you're gonna have people that's willing to be sacrifices for this, man. Right? Sacrifices for this. And they saying, hey, man, give me freedom or give me death. That's their spirit. Right? Jeremiah chapter 16, verse 3. It says, for thus saith the Lord concerning the sons and concerning the daughters that are born in this place, and concerning their mothers that bear them, and concerning their fathers that begot them in this land, meaning the land of Babylon the Great, America. It says, they shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented. See, right now, you go to war with somebody, and you go to a certain particular place, and, say it's 5 of y'all, and 4 of y'all come back. You can go back to your safe place and you can think. And you can mourn for that person, man. You could say, you could do a vigil or whatever. That those times are beginning to be over, man. Right? It's going to be a time where you ain't got time no more. Because it's going to be war, and more war. Right? You're not going to have time to have any downtime. Right? So it says, they shall die of grievous deaths. They shall not be lamented, neither shall they be buried. But they shall be as dung upon the face of the earth, and they shall be consumed by the sword. And like that, I don't know if it was the Edomite. More than likely it was the Edomite. He shot up the door and he was put to death. So, yeah, man. It says, and by famine, because a lot of people are going to die of starvation. I was just looking at a video about white farmers and black farmers, how, white farmers is catching hell now, and everything is drying up and dying up. And, it's going to be a great famine in this land, man. And a lot of people are going to die by hunger and starvation. It says, and their carcasses shall be meat for the fowls of heaven, meaning you're just going to be laid out there, dead bodies. You're going to walk outside, and you're just going to see dead bodies. You're going to turn the corner, you're going to see many dead bodies. You're going to go up the block, you're going to see many dead bodies, man. And you're going to see vultures, like my elders say, Jim Crow. I think it's Jim Crow, something like that. That's what they call the vultures in Jamaica or whatever. They're going to be eating the dead bodies on the ground. Because the Lord did promise the cattle of the earth and the fowls of heaven a feast, man. And that feast is going to be you. It says, and for the beasts of the earth. For thus saith the Lord, enter not unto the house of mourning, neither go to lament or bemoan them. For I have taken away my peace from this people, saith the Lord, even loving kindness and mercies, man. And that's talking about you Israelites, because a lot of y'all going to be put to death in this land. But also you other heathen nations, man. Right? So it's going to be a great feast and a great death on the shores of America, Babylon the Great, man. So let's play this one.
Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons. Director, very good to have you with us today. You know, you see William Lajeunesse numbers about prior administrations removing greater numbers of people than the Trump administration. And during those removals, we did not see violence. We didn't see rocks thrown at vans. We didn't see agents who were followed from the beginning of their trip there all the way to the end, as if it certainly appears somebody tipped them off. So what is going on, Director? Do we have Director Lyons?
Can you hear me now, Martha?
Hi. Okay,
Hi.
Director Lyons, it's Martha McCallum. Thank you, sir. I know you're very busy. Thanks for joining us today. My question to you, if you didn't hear it, was, you know, we just put up this information on the screen that shows that there were more of these workplace operations in prior administrations, and yet they were not met with, you know, people following the vans as they went along and throwing rocks at them, and the violence that your agents are encountering. So what is going on?
No, Martha, thank you for having me today. And I really appreciate you highlighting that, because I was a young agent and a young supervisor back under those administrations, and we didn't have these issues. Now you have people blatantly shooting firearms at federal law enforcement officers. It's incredible. You know, we've always heard from the left and other organizations if ICE only had a criminal warrant. Well, we had a criminal warrant. We were going after a marijuana grow facility, which happens to donate to Governor Newsom. And we did it the right way that everybody wanted, serving a criminal warrant against an American business that's harboring and trafficking illegal immigration. And now that we're finding out, forced labor of children, and here we are being protested against, assaulted, deadly weapons, rocks. It's unacceptable.
This is the hypocrisy of Esau Edom, man. This devil will, right, go in and deport children, you know, because they're undocumented, but then say that they had a criminal warrant for a cannabis facility that was unjustly hiring, you know, minors as workers. So pretty much you're saying that you were looking out for the children, man. When you're deporting the children, the same children you claiming you're protecting is the same children you're deporting, man. This shows you the fucking hypocrisy of Esau Edom, right? And now they're saying that, you know, this cannabis facility that they raided was donating to this dude, Gavin Newsom. I guess he's the governor or the mayor of LA or something like that. Or I don't think it's Texas. I think it's LA. But this shit is all a joke, man. California, rather. This shit is all a joke, man. And it's just the hypocrisy, the wicked, you know, bearing rule. That's all this is, man. Here it is, you talking about everybody's a fucking illegal when you're the most illegal anywhere you go, man. You devils are only not illegal in the fucking caves. Everywhere else, you're an illegal, man. But people whose land this was, now you're calling them illegal, man. They're not supposed to be on this land. And then you're oppressing them where they are. This is why you have so-called Mexicans throwing so-called white people out of Mexico, man. Burning down businesses, putting hands on devils, man. Because you're going to oppress and deport us here in Babylon, America, and you're going to oppress us in Mexico? Right? These devils got some fucking nerves, man. These fucking devils have some nerve. But this is the devil, and this is who Yahweh Shem Shah put over you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans for your disobedience, man. He's put the lowest of the lowest people over you to oppress you, man. But his time is up. His time is definitely up, man. This is 2 Esdras 15:5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And that's what the Lord is bringing. The Lord is bringing all of these things at one time, man. And when they all completely and they're at their highest level hit at the same time, that's when the outcry is going to be switched to total and utter chaos, bloodshed, death, destruction, man. Right?
And Martha, I hate to say it, it's all because of the rhetoric of the left and what a lot of elected officials are putting a bullseye on ICE just for doing their law enforcement mission.
I mean, this is absolute chaos, Director. We're just watching this video again, and things being hauled at these windows. I mean, it's a miracle that none of your agents were killed. I know that you've said this keeps you up at night. How are these agents holding up in the face of having to do their job under these circumstances?
They're holding up great, Martha. They're brave men and women, but I have to tell you, it's getting taxing on them. The workforce is getting tired of this. It's dangerous. Those rocks can actually kill people. I mean, you saw those vehicles being attacked. Those are deadly weapons, and ICE is doing their greatest ability to restraint to make sure that we get our people out safely. But we can't sit back and just accept being attacked. We can't sit back and accept charges not being filed against these elected officials or these protesters. We're going to work with our partners, the FBI. We're going to work with the Department of Justice. We're going to hold people accountable. But at the end of the day, ICE officers and agents are going to go home safe. That's my number one responsibility. And the workforce is being strained, but we have to take care of these brave men and women.
It would be great if...
And that's not going to go down the way you think it's going to go down. He said, oh, yeah, we're going to hold those accountable for what they're doing to ICE agents, and ICE agents are going to go home peaceful and back to their family. No, that's not going to be the case, man. Right? You're going to have federal agents and ICE agents that's not going to make it home as well. Because the Lord is going to, start plucking niggas off the board, man, on both sides. Right? Those that are so-called upholding the law and regular civilians. So it ain't gonna go the way you think it's gonna go, Esau Edom, you proud ass devil.
California would work with you on this as well, because one of the biggest headlines in this story is the child labor violations that you that are going on in this marijuana field and in this facility. Tell us a little bit about that part of this criminal complaint.
Well, and that's the best thing, Martha, right? Is that, we go out there to investigate these American companies that take shortcuts by reaching out to the illegal workforce to try to make an extra buck. But when we go and do a criminal investigation, this just shows when you peel back the layers of the crime and fraud that's going on at American businesses that hire these, workforce and forced labor, there are children there. I mean, yeah. President Trump has made it a priority. Secretary Noem has made it known to the world that we're going to do our best effort to go ahead and recover those 300,000 children that are unaccompanied for right now. And here we are finding them. And it's not at a farm.
Lies, man. This man does nothing but lie. He can't tell the truth to save his life, man.
like a lot of elected officials are saying, that we're shutting off, poor farmers that are supplying the food supply chain. No, this is a marijuana grow facility, and they have underage children working there. This is the key thing that ICE should be out there doing. The American people should be happy we're doing this. The governor should be happy that we are exposed.
That's the thing. They try to get the American people in. You Americans are fucking dumb, man. You believe everything the government say. You believe everything Esau Edom say, right? You believed him when he said that, America is going to be the best country in the world, man, once Trump came in office. And look at America, man. This place is a fucking shithole. Nobody wants to live here. Nobody wants to be here. Everybody's complaining about America now. Showing you that this man is a fucking liar. Right? And Salakia for the language, man, but it gets you hype. You vexing the spirit, man, living here, man, in America. Right? Then you got these Negroes talking about, oh, blacks can't be deported. Where they going to deport us to? Wherever the hell this devil want to put you, man. Right? Because what? The Lord gave this devil the power to snatch your black ass up, man. And put you on a plane, put you on a boat, right? Wherever, and send your ass somewhere, against your will, man. You ain't got no power here, Jake. Right? And you're about to find out real soon that you don't have no damn power. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 22. It says, 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 22, and it says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, meaning starvation, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, man. So the famine ain't even actually hit yet. There is a famine out here, but they're keeping it under wraps. But that's about to hit. Verse 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted. And that's what you see happening, the earth being wasted. Things ain't the same no more. Fun ain't the same. Hanging out ain't the same. People ain't the same. Right? It says, and the city shall be cast down, man. These cities are pure shit. Because everybody's paying, an arm, a leg, and a fucking, a foot of rent. Right? Food is up. Your everyday essentials is up. People ain't got money to do pretty much anything, man. People still trying to hold on and hug, whatever sanity and whatever hole in sanity and any sort of peace that they may perceive as peace together, man, with all this chaos in the midst. But all this about to be dumped. It's about to be dumped away, man. And you're about to see it no more as, as when you goddamn throw a little rock in the ocean, man. Once that rock hit the ocean, you'll never see it again, man. That's how people's peace and their stability and mental is about to go, man. Right? Because people are on the brink of crashing out anyway. You ain't even seen the big crash out yet. It's coming. So I got one more. We're going to shut it down.
Closing these businesses in his state that are exploiting children. That is the key that we need to highlight on this one.
All right. Todd Lyons, Director of ICE, thank you very much. Great to have you with us. And this is a tough story. And we appreciate the leadership that you're showing for the agents out there. So thank you very much, sir.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click.
So yeah, man. You see people, man. They fed up, man. Right? People are on the verge of pretty much crashing out, man. Because They feel like they're being treated, you know, like cattle. This is First Peter chapter 4, verse 7. It says, "But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer," man. And that's what we're gonna do as men of the Lord, as the servants of the Lord, as the prophets of the Lord, man. In this truth. This truth gives you a comfort. With all this shit going on, man, this truth gives you a comfort, man. It keeps you headstrong. Right? What did the Lord say? For our wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. These people don't have wisdom and knowledge, man. Everything is carnality with these people. This is why they're going to crash out. This is why they're going to lose it in these last days. Right? So I'm going to end it there. Yahweh Shem Yahushua willing, the elect be other Father. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakakadash, for blessing me with the Spirit to do this lesson. To the next lesson. Shalom.